Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for the First Descendant, and today, what I'm going to talk to you guys about is gold farming. Gold farming is still quite necessary because even making your precise ion accelerators and all that is going to cost you like 10 million gold a pop, especially if you're looking at the highest possible quantity, and all of that is expensive. The expenses do add up. Now, one of the best ways to gold farm is actually to do the daily invasions, because by clearing those 4 invasions, you're going to get 5 million gold, which is a lot. It saves a lot of farming time. All right, I know I don't normally do it because I'm busy farming other stuff and I don't have that immediate need for gold, but for a lot of you, you are going to be spending a lot as time goes on. So what are the best gold farms in this game? I'm actually going to go through all of that with you. We actually tested it live on a stream, and I've got all the results from that testing on a spreadsheet. Let me just pull up the stream. It looks like this. It was filmed like literally this morning. I was supposed to release the video earlier today, but sorry, Lunar New Year, I was super tired, so I had to do a lot of chores and stuff. Didn't have time to actually film this until now, so I'm doing it now. But yes, we actually did a 3-hour stream. Now the first 45 minutes or so is the Defiler Runs, but after that we actually tested each area, and the results of those tests are actually now in a spreadsheet, which I will show you momentarily. So all I ask is that if you haven't already, ladies and gents, make sure that if you like my content, be sure to register me as your creator. Link is in the video description. Okay? Please do that. Now, let's have fun with this. Let me go through these results with you. I'm actually going to remove my green screen and we're going to talk about it. So, you might recognize this because it's very similar to the quantum crystal farm table that I showed you guys before. The gold farming test record, we actually tested each area and we used a similar methodology to test each one. Where the gold gains were clearly not significant. I only bothered to do like 1 or 2 tests because, like I said, they weren't significant, but where they were significant, we tried to pull off multiple tests so we could get a nice average going, and then we could actually see how much gold you're gaining per minute. So let me go through this with you. And let me also quickly move this window just a smidge to the left. There we are. This way you can actually see everything. Okay, green screen me is going away now. Right. So there were several tests conducted, several different missions and areas. We did this stuff like the Valby Road. The Valby Road only gives you about as much as a Colossus per minute, so this one was not worth it. When it comes to the open map farming, the Bunny Road was one of the best areas to farm gold. I will show you this location, how to farm it later for anyone that might not know how to farm the Bunny Road. Don't worry, we'll go through that in a second. The Bunny Road was one of the best with an average of 162,000 gold per minute. All right. But depending on whether or not you have fellow, your gold pickup rate might differ. This is simply because picking up gold, well, either you or your fellow has to run over it. And sometimes it'll be the second run. Like the first run, I got 66,000. But that's because a lot of gold was left lying on the ground. The second round compensated for that. So I got 95,000 on the second round, so on and so forth. And that was basically how it went. So the average was about 162,376. Now, the Defiler runs at first, right, because I was clearing the Defiler runs in about 25 to 30 seconds each, I was actually getting way more gold per minute if you only take into account the run time. That being said, you have to actually include the loading time of the Defiler runs, and if you look at the Defiler runs with loading time included, same amount of gold gained, the gold per minute drops drastically. If you only take into account how quickly you're killing the Defiler and don't account for loading times and all that, you've actually got 182,000 on average. But this assumes that basically you fight the Defiler, kill him, you pick up everything, you immediately kill him again. Like, that is not realistic. So if you take a more realistic measure, all right, accounting for about 50 seconds of loading time, and that includes the 10 seconds at the start, you end up only getting about 63,000 gold per minute, which is way below the rate of the Bunny Road. So do be aware of that. Okay, the other thing that had a good gold gain rate per minute was the Special Operations Block Kuiper Mine. I will show you guys where to find this, but unfortunately I will not be able to demonstrate how to do this run. If you guys want a demonstration on this, please leave a comment, because I don't feel that extending this video for like 13 minutes just to show you a Block Kuiper Mining run on hard mode is going to be fruitful for you guys. All right, but we ended up roughly with about 138,000 gold per minute in the Block Kuiper Mine, which is actually surprisingly lower than the Bunny Road, but it is also great for leveling and you can do a bunch of other stuff. It's also a lot faster. Now, this was a solo run that I did, so it ended up 13 minutes. If you do this with friends, you will gain slightly less gold, but you can actually finish it faster. All right, because you and your friend could take 2 spots that are relatively close to one another, and over time it'll add up. If you just hit all the spots, the gold that is left there will just be dropped there on the ground. You can just go back and pick it up all later. But if you don't want to miss out on any of the gold, you do a solo run. It's going to take you about 13 minutes, so that affects your gold gain per minute, so do be aware of that. You can also gain additional gold via the drops in the mission. For example, at waves 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, you could gain gold. And of course, the last wave, the 10th wave, has like a 1 million gold bonus there. So if you account for that, it actually averages out to what I'm showing you here. All right, because on the first run, I got 500,000 extra gold. The second run, I didn't. So first run, I had 2,172,000 gold. Second run, I had 1,619,000 gold. So that was the difference of the bonus gold that you get. So that does skew results as well. But if you're looking for the most consistent gold gain, it is the Bunny Road, all right? And that is basically the conclusion of this test. We did all the various areas that you could farm, and Bunny Road is still the winner for gold farming. Okay, I'm going to show you all of these areas in turn while phasing in out of reality, as I always do. Okay, give me a minute to stop phasing. I'll just adjust it for a second. Don't worry. There you go. Nice and easy. Okay, I'm going to show you all these areas now one by one. So let me remove the window right here, and let me show you all the different areas you're going to need to farm. For the Bunny Road is located in Echo Swamp. Okay, you what quest is here? Hold up, why is there? Oh, it's the Executor quest. Sorry about that. I got confused for a second. Anyway, the Bunny Road is found in Echo Swamp. You will actually head over to the right side of the map. Okay, this is the abandoned zone. You are looking for Environment Contamination Zone. Previously, this was called Abandoned Refinery Unit in the old video, but they updated it in one of the previous patches, so it's called Environment Contamination Zone. I will run a demo for you in a little while, okay, but this is where you can go. Now, the other location that you might want to gold farm is the Block Kuiper Mine Special Operation. Now, you can do this with either Ines or Freyna, but for me personally, Ines is actually faster than Freyna, despite the fact that the enemies here are Legion of Immortality, which means that they take less damage from Ines. She is actually still about a minute faster. Okay, the Kuiper mine will give you like gold at 20% acquisition chance. At wave 10, you can acquire 1 million gold. So this is where you can go if you want to level up stuff like weapons and things like that, while also gaining plenty of gold. Just be aware that if you're doing it with other people, you may not be able to pick up every gold drop because the spots can be pretty far away, and there's certainly more than the 60-meter pickup range of your Doggerino. So do be aware of that. I did these completely private using Ines's build. Now, I will show you which builds are necessary for these activities, and also I just want to highlight one extra little thing. We did also test General Colossi runs. It only amounted to about 45,000, so it wasn't really good. We actually also tested the Kingston Void Fusion Reactor, which people use for quantum crystals, and this amounted to about 63,000, between 54,000 and 63,000 per minute, so not that different from the Defiler runs. And one last thing which I'll say is that the Defiler runs do actually give you a bit of extra value as well, because you're also picking up quantum crystals, and it's still one of the best places for quantum crystals, void metal fragments, so you can kind of hit everything all at once, but the loading time does kill the gold gain rate, so do be aware of that. Okay? All right. Now, a quick word on the builds and then a demonstration of the Bunny Road. I don't want to keep this video going for too long because it's already late at night. So I'm just going to give you the builds and then off you go and you can farm it. Like I said, unless you want a demonstration of Block Kuiper Mining, which you can ask for in the comments, I will not do a demo for you guys here. Now, for Bunny Road, or indeed for any activity where you want to farm with Bunny, you'll probably want to apply the farming build. This is the 400% farming build. You guys might actually recognize this from my video. It has not changed. You can, like, the only thing that I've adjusted is Battle Stamina because she had so much HP before that it didn't really matter. Now I've changed it a little bit so that the cooldowns and the duration match up a bit better, but this is basically it. It's still the same build that we had before. Okay, this build is basically a zero crit style build that allows you to maximize the range on Bunny, as she has a max expandable range of 300%, so you can increase it by up to 200% modifier. We do exactly that with maximized range skill expansion, so your ring blasts the full thing. And of course, her reactor will be a singular reactor. The stats on the reactor, ideally, you probably want electric skill power boost and singular skill power boost. But for me, I just shoved on this reactor that had electric skill gold and I've just been working with that. Your external components don't really matter too much. Your weapons don't matter too much because you're not reliant on them. She doesn't even need a stat stick for this because you're going 0 crit anyway. So what I would advise is if you've got a weapon like Enduring Legacy or whatever that has sprint speed increase. Now this hasn't rolled well, but I'll roll it better in future. But anyway, if you got something that increases your sprint speed or whatever, then I would recommend going with that because that is probably the best way that you can absolutely rip through your targets. Okay, so that is the build for Bunny. Now, for Ines, you should already be familiar with her farming build, but if you are not, then this is her farming build. All right, love the outfit that I made for her, right? Okay, farming build. If you need a reference, just ask in the comments. I can link you to the video if you want like the full detail of going through everything. But I'm just going to show you the modules for the Farming Queen. Instead of emergency measures, you can always put HP amplification if you want about 20,000 hit points. If you're okay with 12,000, drop this, put in emergency measures or whatever else you want here. You can put in like HP collector or anything like that. You might have to change your catalyst slot, but you can do whatever you want. Emergency measures is just what I use because this one gives me the fastest possible time for Void Erosion 19. This will be covered in a subsequent video, but basically this is what I use for her. All right, it's the same farming build that I showed you guys in my previous video about Ines's farming build. If you need a link, just ask in the comments. Okay, that is basically it. Nothing special, nothing fantastic. Now I'll switch back to Bunny right here. Okay, put the Enduring Legacy on, and let me demonstrate to you how to play the Bunny Road. For anyone that does not know how to do the Bunny Road, go into a private match. Now, you can do it with other people as well, and one person can stand there and just keep pushing the button as soon as you clear it, but it's really up to you how you want to do it. I'm just going to show you the solo run, which is exactly what I tested it with, so that there's no discrepancy between what I'm showing you and what I actually did on stream. Okay, if you guys want to do a faster methodology with a friend, by all means, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, it's no right or wrong answer. Okay, the first time around you want to build up a little bit of electricity, so go here, Environment Contamination Zone, start. As soon as you run, okay, you will probably clear these guys. You can choose to just run straight, you don't have to grapple or do anything. Run over this grill, you'll kill everything below you. Run over this grill, you'll kill everything, then you have to hit this waypoint, or else the enemies don't spawn. You have to kill every enemy before that waypoint even becomes available. Then all these guys will spawn, and with your additional sprint speed, bada bing, bada boom, they're dead. Okay, great job. Move over here. Grapple to the end to finish it as fast as possible, and there you go. That's the end. All right, you leave your dog arena to pick up the stuff, and just like that, you've cleared it in about 30 seconds. Now, because your dog arena will still be picking up gold, this number will appear less than what you actually get. If you want to get the actual figure, you're going to have to take the starting gold you get, and then subtract off your final gold amount, and you will get the actual final figure, because as you can see, my dog arena is still running up, picking up stuff. Now, once you finish the run, all you have to do is run out this cave at the back. Okay, you can run all the way here, grapple, use a little movement trick, and then you get here. There you go. And you can start it again. And if you repeat this cycle, then effectively there's very little downtime between runs. I measured it, it's about 4 seconds at most. It barely affects your gold gain rate. It genuinely barely affects your gold per minute gain rate. So although it's about 4 seconds to come out, you know, and start it again, you'll be picking up plenty of gold along the way, and you'll just gain gold fast. So this remains one of the best gold farming spots, but it's up to you whether you want to do this, or are these people shooting at me? Rude. Excuse me, I'm doing a video here. Okay, whether you want to do this, or you want to do the Block Kuiper Mining, or you want to do Defiler Runs, it's all up to you. Either way, Defiler Runs are daily, and it's either between this or Bunny Road for gold farming, so enjoy. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoy my content. If you guys have not yet done so, please register me as your content creator. All right, link is in the video description. And before we go, all right, got to thank all the top supporters for January. So here's a big thank you to the following individuals. Thank you to CG Mayhem, top tipper. Top tipper list includes Bravo7910. Top super chatter is Lawbreaker. Top super chatter list includes D Russ, Phil the Megapint, George Tishon, CU Yuri, Chanel Name, Sir Tommy, Per Crab, BBS Fang. Top channel membership gifters Arcane Silver 300, D Russ, Jody Wilkins, and Chris Campbell. Thank you guys so much for all you do for me. Don't do anything weird while I'm gone, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay? Bye.